All right, so now in our HTMLQ setup, we are going to change our language.xml file. We only have two more files to change here in the easy HTMLQ settings folder. So this is where we pretty much change the instructions, right? So if we come over here, right, it starts off, it asks them to please maximize your browser, right? And then here it says welcome, and then please note, right, this is just a demo. So instead of writing that, I'm going to take the names of the people who are involved in the study, and I'm going to put that into our text instead. Right, and then Control V. And then we'll go down. I'm not going to have them log in. Introduction. Here, this study is not about travel behavior. That's just the default, right? So, let's see. So, we are interested in your attitude. So we'll change this a little bit. And that's about what we can just do. Right, this study. We'll change this a little bit. Well, we already have that up there. Should have thought of that a little bit more before. Maybe we'll just come over here, right? Whoops. Action are conducting this study. And now we'll just move this there. Right? Just kind of, it's a little bit like working with Word, you know? You just kind of end up going by the format that you're given. So now we can say this study is about, right, and then we'll say we are interested in your viewpoint about this topic. And here we do the roughly piles. We'll make sure, I think we changed some of these piles already. Yes, so we have the uncharacteristic. We did that when we did the grid file, just to make sure that things match between the grid and what we have in our language file that pertains to that. So here are the instructions that we've already changed. And we already talked about, again, most characteristic and most uncharacteristic. And then we'll answer questions regarding your background. And then here's the tip, right? So this is, you can but instead I'm going to write, right, no identifying information will be collected. This study is anonymous. All right, and submit data. You please submit your data, right? And then here, right, we would appreciate if you could send us feedback. Instead, right, feedback is spelled wrong. Right? We're going to send our own message, right? just saying thank you for participating in this study. And then, right, instead we will say, right, James Rhodes, primary investigator. And this is just where some of this original stuff came through. Yes, so we'll leave that. And then after this it says do not, I'm not sure I understand why, following text, and then it's print out somebody's street name. So we could change this, but for now we'll leave it just as is, right? And of course always we must remember to save. We'll save it under the same name, language.xml. And so then we should have all of our information in our files except for one more, right? And that last file is the Firebase information, and we'll address that in the next video. All right, this is just a quick addition for our setting up of our language file. So I realized once I test drove this that this has to say agreement, and then this can say characteristic, right? Or most like, or whatever you want to call it, whatever the piles are going to be, like my view perhaps, opposed to agree. But this has to say agreement, and this has to say disagreement, and then the text that goes with that will go here, and those are the labels for the piles, right? So neutral is the middle, the agree side is characteristic, the disagree side is called uncharacteristic. And so that's a really important addition for our language file.